I'm on my way to work right now. Someone wanted to know what you do when, like, your child starts acting up, like slamming doors and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
And how old is the child?
I think, like, probably like 13 or something.
Is it a girl?
Yeah.
She's just really hormonal. You just gotta try to calm her down. They really can't help it. They're just hormonal. Gotta just
What
help.
did you do when I slammed doors?
I left the house. I got scared.
I don't think I ever slammed doors.
I called
the police.
I called parent services. I brought a psychologist in to talk to you.
No. What did you really do?
I just tried to calm you down. I just figured you'd get through it. Obviously, either something happened that I didn't know about that was upsetting you, or that you were truly angry with me. But usually when kids are like 13, it's not really about their parents. They're upset about something, but they don't know how to vent it, or if something happened at school, they're not going to act crazy at school generally. Mm-hmm. So you're going to get their craziness.
Well, what about when, like, their daughter, like, calls their mom a bitch, and they mean it?
And they mean it. Well, I think that probably a certain amount of teenagers go through a certain point of time where they consider their mother to be a bitch because maybe she's trying to get them to focus on school or clean their room or...
But I was a good child. Let them know I was the good...
You were a really good, pretty easy child. Not totally easy, but you were not...
I never got into drugs or anything bad.
No drugs, no problems, no big...
And I think part of it is because of how you raised me, and it wasn't because you were... I think when people start to become overly strict, that's when people start to do the really bad things.
Right.
Like rebel.
Rebel.
Yeah.
For the most part, nothing, crazy that I'm aware of. I'm sure there are some things, but not that I'm aware of.
Now your son, on the other hand...
Woohoo! Just do your best to put a little tracking on their car or something. Track them. Keep track.
That's nice that they have that nowadays.
I know. I wish I had that. I wish I would have had that. That's a smart thing. There's nothing wrong with
tracking your children. Don't microchip them, though.
That would probably be wrong.
Yeah.
But what if they get in someone else's car? Or
you put it on their cell phone.
Oh, you track them by their phone?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's not a bad idea.
Someone suggested to the woman to take the door off the hinges. I think I would be even more pissed.
Oh.
I would have started throwing stuff if, like, you had taken the door off my room.
Kids at 13, 14 years old really need some privacy. It would not behoove you to try to get into their business too much. Otherwise, they'll really rebel, I think. Yeah.
Those are the people that rebel the most, were the people that were always grounded and stuff. I've never been grounded.
I don't suggest that you let your child that's 13 go with a 16-year-old driver on a 4-hour drive somewhere. There are certain limitations to what you allow your kids to do. But yeah, they really need privacy because at 13, 14 years old, usually, some kids are different, but usually they really are mostly into their friends and not so into their parents. And if the parents start to try to control too much, the kids get really upset over things that are nothing really. But no, I don't think that you can be overly controlling, especially a young girl going through puberty. They'd probably kill you. That's why some people, they kill their parents, and it's probably because the parent just was too strict, saying they couldn't see a certain boy, or just being too strict in general. I think it's a tricky time. It's why people should really question whether or not they want to have children. Because you could take a pretty happy life and
Well, I read some people said that, like, their mom would like slap them after they called them a bitch or something, and they never called them a bitch again.
Well, I used to work with, when I had children, and you're 25, it was at that point, and maybe a bit before then, that it was inappropriate to hit kids. Like when I went to school, I never got paddled, but kids got paddled at school. Imagine like a teacher or a principal or somebody in a school paddling you, or you're not writing nice enough and they're hitting your
I think kids should get
hands with a roller.
spankings.
But there is something to be said for, that kind of like control over somebody. But the trouble is when you allow people to go to the first step, like you let the policeman taser the person, then maybe all of a sudden their adrenaline gets a little too fired up and then they start kicking them too, or it just, I just think that punishment really should be done in other ways other than hitting, because it really could lead to other things. It's sort of like if you start hitting your child, then maybe you would actually physically hurt them at some point. I just don't think I think it could be effective, but I don't suggest it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think you'd ever forget.
I think they need to have either the father, or if there is no father in that situation, some kind of male figure yell at the child, because the woman is not as scary as the dad.
Well, your dad with you always just sided with you. If I got upset with you about something, it was like 2 against me. It was like I was the outsider.
Well, that's because I was always right.
Oh, right. Well, I guess in retrospect, I guess that could be the case. Maybe you were right.
Yeah.
But your dad would always side with you. It was kind of sickening.
But if he ever got mad at me, that was scary.
Yeah. And it didn't happen that often, but I remember him.
But that was what you need to have, is like someone scary a little bit.
A little scary. Somebody like a caveman coming out
Yeah.
of this room and just freaking out on you a little bit.
Yeah.
Not afraid that they would hurt you necessarily.
It's the parent that gets, it seems like maybe the father gets along better with the daughter for a while, and then the son gets along better with the mother. Don't you think that's typically the case? Boys go to their moms and daughters go to their dads.
I think so.
So it's got to be the parent that you like more. Like, not saying I don't like you, but at that point in time, it was easier to get along with my dad than my mom. So if he got mad at me rather than you, it was scarier than if you
thought suddenly I could be parentless.
Yeah.
Where, yeah. It's not easy raising children. Both of my kids were pretty easy in comparison probably to a lot of kids, but not so easy. It was still trying times.
Mm-hmm. Well, someone made a comment today, then they said something, I don't even know what they said, and then they called you Deb or something, like they could relate to you in some way. Like they were saying that I needed to, I don't even know what they were saying I needed to do. But I was thinking, in that situation when she's telling me what to do, my mother would not like you because you're talking poorly to her daughter. So really, when they're trying to be like you're being a bitch, doesn't it make you not like them?
Right. I've always been supportive of my kids. So
if someone's saying oh, you were being mean to your mom, you're being you need to whatever, it makes you want to say to them don't talk to my child that way.
Well, like I said the other day, you can have people in your own family criticize you and say things that are kind of mean, but usually when they do that, it may be a little bit true, but they're just trying to get you. So they say things probably more serious, like the girl calls her mother a bitch. She probably is just wanting to do what she wants to do and can't understand why the mother isn't relating to what is important to her.
Because she can't express herself at that point.
And she has no other way to express herself. Why would I say to Lorraine, use your big girl words. Tell me what you want. Use your big girl words. I don't know what you're thinking. But your own family, or at least in my situation, my own family could say whatever they want to me. I'm not going to like it if you would do it on an ongoing basis, but if you're upset about something and then I have to be the one that you're kind of treating poorly, I'm going to be okay with it almost right away. Whereas if it is an outsider criticizing you or criticizing your dad or criticizing Pete, it's not going to sit well with me. I'm not going to, you know, when you and Pete were young, I didn't even want other adults saying, honey, don't do that. But I think that you need to be a little irritated with each other once in a while in order to strengthen it. It's for a more interesting relationship. I don't think that you could.
So when the daughter slams the door on the mother, what do you suggest her to do? Just walk away for a bit, let her calm down?
I think that people would sort of get out of it pretty quickly. If the more you instigate it by making a big deal about it, the worse they're going to act, and it's probably the longer for them to calm down. And then maybe later on, you could, when you see that the child is calm after they've eaten, or you know they seem to be at a happier point, maybe you can say, is there something that I really did to upset you, or is there something I can help you with, or something going on that you want to tell me about? And then maybe the girl would start crying and say, you know, the girls at school didn't invite me to a party this weekend, and I was really upset because this boy I like asked another girl to the dance. And it could be like all these things that you had nothing to do with, and you're just taking the brunt of it, because Lorraine would come home from even daycare and she'd be like really like obnoxious. And at school and at daycare and everywhere, everybody thought she was like just the perfect child. And I'd go into the conferences and I would think, who are they talking about? She's so perfect. Oh, just keep doing what you're doing. Straight A's and everything is just fine. And we just love her. She's such a good girl. And I would then say to Lorraine on the way home, Lorraine, you know what? I pay a lot of money for you to go there. Why don't you just act normal there so you don't have it all built up for me at the end of the day? So
I'm a rule follower, though.
You are a rule follower. Well, then that's good for parents. I think Daddy and I both really weren't really all that familiar with proper parenting, but we always did the best we could.
This is my mom. She's Debbie. I like to call her by her first name because that's her name. It's even more personal because her real name is Deborah, but we're really tight, so I'm able to call her Debbie. This is the beautiful St. Armand's Circle. It's very lovely. It's a bad day though, because it's whenever it rains, it gets really hot and really humid, and it looks really pretty right now, but it feels disgusting out. So the people that are walking right now, it's like sometimes rains and then it stops. They're just nuts. They probably are dying in the heat. Like, see that woman? She's wearing nothing. It's the way it's got to be done, Florida style. You got to wear nakedness everywhere. I just got my daily Starbucks fix. This is the Doppio Espresso Macchiato with soy milk. Very nice. I'm allergic to milk. All of a sudden, I just developed this lovely allergy to milk, and every time I drink it, my throat gets really sore and my nose gets really runny, and it just started happening. And I tried to read about milk allergies, and I could only find that sometimes children and infants have a milk allergy. I assume adults have milk allergies too. It's not lactose intolerance though, because I don't have those symptoms. I just have oral allergy symptoms. This is Clyde. Come here, baby. He is a Pomeranian, and he is in the puppy ugly stage where his hair starts to fall out. Some man just came up to me that I've never seen before in my entire life, and he said, I knew you were thinking about getting a dog. I didn't know when you got one. Like, I don't ever remember having a conversation with you. Come here, puppy. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. Now I just gotta pick up all the stuff that I accidentally dropped. Oh, shit. Stay. Oh, fuck. This is dirty. Stay. What a pain in the ass. Ugh. Gotta use this for sure now. It's disgusting. Ew. Fuck! Oh, I'm gonna look like I have a bad stain on my dress now. Will that just like dry? Oh, I don't really want to change. I'm just gonna look like a big stain. A very sanitary big stain. Motherfucker. Not going right now. Like, see that big stain? What does that look like to you? Hot and humid as hell outside, and the last thing that I want to buy is a cardigan or a sweater, but I leave on Monday to go to Austin, Texas, and then I'm going to Seattle, Portland, and San Francisco, and those I've heard are a little chilly, or it can be chilly there, so people in Florida don't need that kind of thing. That's why we wear like short sleeves and sleeveless things, because it's hot as balls. This store is always such a mess, it drives me insane. I'm going to dinner right now. I have been doing a fruit detox, but I can't really do it when people want to go to dinner. So we just eat what we can. Some vegetables and protein. Simple. That's the idea of the fruit detox, is just eat simple things in the most pure form, even though these are going to have butter and grease all over. Show you my outfit of the day real quick. Today I wore an Ella Moss periwinkle dress. Very, very pretty. It's very sexy on. I have a top exactly the same cut because I love it so much. This is a Sydney Evan large disc, and then a Sydney Evan medium disc, and then a 36-inch gold chain. All the jewelry I have for sale on my blog. These are Robert Lee Morris bangles, and my Chanel watch, and the David Smallcombe hammered bangles. Cuff bangles or cuff bracelets. And then my shoes, I wore my Diane von Furstenberg platform heels. Really, really comfortable. I love them. I feel like I have something in my eyeballs. They itch really bad. I'm waiting for my friend at the moment. It's really dark in my car. I can't probably show you who I've been talking to. And we're going to go to some bars. But they're on an island and it's raining kind of bad. So all the bars are kind of laid out. It's really kind of cool because they're laid out just like down the street, and they're just one after the other, and it's on an island. But if it's raining, that's not really a good option. Plus, like, they're not indoor, they're kind of outdoor. So like the humidity would be killer right now, and I feel like there are bugs. And personally, I wouldn't mind just going to see a movie, but I'm boring. I absolutely hate waiting. While I'm waiting, I will show you what's in my little going out clutch for the evening. Oh, let's put my cell phone in there and act like, you know, I was actually out already. I've got some bacon strips in my car. They're for my parents' dogs. So this is a clutch by Seven for All Mankind. It's really old and it's really dirty inside. But inside, we have anything in this pocket. Bobby pins are always a good thing to have. I just have a little extra. I've got my little trust fund wallet that has all of my credit cards in it and some cash. You should always carry cash when you're going out, just a little bit. My cell phone with my Peter Stanick iPhone cover. NARS Sheer Glow for any of my touch-up needs. You don't want to see the female necessities in there. My YSL Rouge Pure in number 148. Tea Rose, best color ever. My bronzer, Chanel. Yep. And there's got to be something else in here besides the feminine products. Also this, which is my Lancome liquid art liner. And that's all. That's all you need for going out. Just make sure you have cash, your cell phone, make sure it's fully charged. Oh, and my camera will go in here. You know, for all those, I'm not a picture taker, so I won't be taking any pictures, but I'm a videoer. So, yeah. And my nail polish is rubbing off, but it is Chanel Gold Lame. My watch has been on upside down for the past 2 days. I've just been too lazy to take it off and change it around. This would probably be the perfect opportunity. Let's see what else is in my car. I've got a straw with Mickey Mouse ears on it from Disneyland. Got some CDs over there. A book of stamps. These ones are really cute. My bacon strips. You know, just some hair colors and haircuts I like. My reading glasses, or I'm supposed to wear them all the time, but I don't. A hair barrette. A gold earring. An earring with little green stones. Oh, some extra lipsticks over here. Is this the same lipstick I have on? No, it's a different color, but it's hot, so it's probably all melted and yucky. Another lipstick, MAC color in, oh, Pretty Please. I used to wear this one all the time. I don't anymore. Part of a keychain that I had that broke off. Some cards. This was someone placed on my vehicle because apparently I really need some work done on the front of my car. I went there and got my pedicure. This is where I get my eyelash extensions. That's a key. Some change up there too. That's pretty much. I really enjoy scummy bars that have bathrooms like this. Problem with filming at bars and stuff or going out at night is no lighting anywhere. So I gotta go, you know, show you the bathroom. Very sanitary.